Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Palma Accardi and you are watching Tidal Flooding Talk, brought to you by the New Jersey Coastal Coalition and filmed live at the Irish Pub in Atlantic City.
I'm meteorologist Skeldon. Next to me, meteorologist Joe Martucci. He kicks off the 2020 Tidal Flooding Talk series. We're coming up on the anniversary of the start of our third year of Tidal Flooding Talk. Appreciate you being with us. A football-themed Sunday.
Yeah.
And we are coming to you earlier than normal this week. Normally it's 7 o'clock. 2 o'clock start time today, as we did not want to conflict or compete with the Eagles game. We figured Saints, Vikings, a little less important of a game in this part of the country. So Joe, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me, Palma. So I think this is the first time I'm publicly showing my favorite football team, which is Baltimore Ravens. But I'm not from Maryland, but I am a Ravens fan. So I am sitting very nicely today. Don't have to worry about anything. And I'm sorry for you, Dan. I was actually looking forward to the Patriots winning.
Okay, all right.
Did you expect that?
I expected the loss. I was rooting for him last night, but I expected the loss. We lost the bye, and I was predicting them to lose by 10, and we lost by 7. I'm also predicting Baltimore to win next week. So I've been on a good streak of forecasting football games. Not so much the weather,
right?
As we haven't had a winter yet, which we'll talk about as well. But you guys can, of course, post any questions as always. It's live, it's interactive. Irish Pub's still decorated for the holidays here. We're still within 12 days of Christmas. We got a great lineup of shows for you as we come up on the third anniversary, or the 2 full years of Tidal Flooding Talk here at the Irish Pub. And we'll probably have a big anniversary show in February. But Joe Martucci is all yours for the taking this afternoon.
Wow, all mine.
Any questions? Where's the snow? Ravens-related questions.
I'll go with anything.
And Joe's also, we're going to talk a little bit about this too. Next week, the AMS conference in Boston, which is a big thing in the meteorology community. Joe is actually a presenter. We'll talk a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, and I was looking forward to watching the Ravens and the Patriots in Boston next weekend. So that was why I was rooting for the Patriots.
It wouldn't have been in Boston. It would have been in Baltimore.
Well, no, I understand. I'm saying I would have liked to see the Patriots play while I was there. Yes, you were correct with that.
Okay,
yes,
all
home field
right.
advantage is nice.
Yes, but you'll be watching it amongst Patriots.
That is true, yes. I
But not
understand.
anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
Unfortunately.
Now, before we get started, the New Jersey Coastal Coalition would like to remind our viewers that you should prepare your home now before a storm hits. Secure and clean gutters, trim tree branches, repair window caulk, loose shingles, and siding to reduce damage to your home and your neighborhood.
All right, Joe, this would be your 4th time, I believe? 5th. All right.
I'm trying to reclaim the title.
Okay.
I think I was tied for first.
You're competing with Jim Eberwine as a frequent guest, and Tom Ice is a pretty frequent. He hasn't been on in a while. So yeah, you're definitely up there in the top 3. But for those people not familiar, just a quick little like what your job is and how people can follow you.
Sure, yeah. So I'm the meteorologist for the Press of Atlantic City. Took after Dan here. I've been here for a little over 2 years. There's really no way you can't find South Jersey weather with the press. So we're doing forecast videos. We are writing in the newspaper itself. We're writing other articles that are online and in print, social media. I'm very heavy with that. And where else, Dan? I think that's about it. But you can always find 7-day forecast on our website. You can follow me on Facebook. I just look up my name, Joe Martucci, meteorologist Joe Martucci, and on Instagram, Joe MartWX, and in Twitter
It's a great source of South Jersey weather. I mean, so much so, very few people are asked to present for the National Weather Service in Mount Holly. You did that. They said, all right, we've done that. Let's go national. And, next week you're presenting at the AMS conference in Boston.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous because I've never been to an AMS conference. I've been to a hurricane conference out in New Orleans.
Okay.
But I'm jealous, A, it's the AMS conference, and B, I love Boston, just being from the area.
I know you do.
If you need any good spots to go restaurant-wise or whatever, you let me know.
Well, I was going to ask you after this. It's going to be great. The AMS is the American Meteorological Society, so it's our premier weather conference. I think there's like 4,000 meteorologists, people related to weather that are at this conference.
What are you presenting?
Yeah. So I'm presenting. It's called the official title is when local TV station shuts down, the newspaper fills the broadcast meteorology gap. So it's going to be part of the broadcast conference in the conference, and really sharing the successes that the two of us have had. We were at the press and why it made sense for you to be there, and the actual hard numbers, the results we've seen in terms of increase, not only in page views for weather, of course, but relative to the Press of Atlantic City's website, how people are staying on the website more because of weather, and really how we all kind of compete in this internet space, whether you're radio, television, newspaper, whatever, or just an online news source. And between the press having such a dedicated following here, in addition to a low cost of production for videos, I think made sense. And a lot of credit goes to you. We have you in there in the talk as well, but we're going to talk about what the successes were and why it kind of works for this area specifically.
I mean, I appreciate the shout out, if you will.
Oh, okay.
As I got started in the press, but I gotta say, since we're mutually complimentary here, how much you've taken it to the next level with an increase in the video quality, content, the whole weather library you have online. It's like, here's derechos, hurricanes, everything, tidal flooding.
Yeah.
You guys really stepped it up. So I mean, maybe I laid the foundation, but I mean, you brought it up so much higher, and I think it's an absolute asset to the weather community that they want to know weather, current weather history, or just educate themselves on weather. I think it's the place to go.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think it goes to show that we both love weather. We're both dedicated to South Jersey, and I think it just makes for a seamless fit here at the press to have a meteorologist.
Now, what is it like being the only meteorologist working?
Yeah, so it's at the end of my presentation, I have a slide called challenges, and one of the challenges is you're not only the only meteorologist, but the only scientist, at the company. So it does involve being around the clock. Now, don't get me wrong, we're always looking at weather at something, but to actually, have to actually work, rather than take your hobby of weather and just leave it there, put that to work. So, for example, spoiler alert, it looks like we're going to see some snow on Tuesday. There's some snow, but, I'm already thinking, okay, let me put out a quick social media post. I already wrote something about it, and then later tonight I'll do like a video on it. Whereas, if you're somewhere where you're with, 4 or 5, whatever, meteorologists in a media setting, if you're off, you could do it, you could, but you wouldn't necessarily have to. So I think but I think overall, on the plus side, you kind of call your own shots, which is great. I mean, one of the reasons why I love this job is the flexibility that I have to kind of do weather as I see fit. So there's definitely pluses and minuses with that, but I think overall it's a plus, especially at a company like the Press of Atlantic City.
Did you, as a meteorologist, as they're growing more and more popular, put out a winter forecast this year? And are you getting, as I think a lot of meteorologists are, hey, where's winter? Hey, it's mild. Hey, there's no snow. Now, granted, winter just began 15 days ago. 2 weeks ago today was the start of winter officially. But are you getting any, did you do a winter forecast? And if so, are you getting any slack yet or comments on that winter forecast?
So let me start with the second question first, which is, seems like most people are okay with it being this mild and
sure you
not
are,
as much
right,
snow.
Yeah,
Are you not a snow lover?
Well, if it's going to snow, it has to really snow to the point where I'm not leaving.
All right, well, I can agree with that.
If it's just snowing where it's like annoying to get to work and everything like that. Exactly. It's a nuisance.
So you were really happy 2 years ago today.
Yes.
When we had about
Actually,
20 inches of snow,
Yeah,
so that was the Palma snow.
That was just for her. Yeah, so I think most of the feedback has been like, great, it's not snowing now. Like I just kind of alluded to with Palma, I like the big snow. I mean, I like any kind of snow, but I like big snow. To answer the first question, I put out a winter outlook, and really, when you talk about winter forecast, it does take, 100 or 200 hours to really go into it. So, I didn't do all that myself, but I did talk to people who were knowledgeable about winter forecasting, long-range forecaster at actually my last job, which was WeatherWorks in Hackettstown, a private consulting company. Spoke with Judah Cohen, who really is the gold standard for medium to seasonal forecasting. So I kind of took what they had, appropriately cited them. I don't want to make it sound like I was stealing their information, but put a like a Souter spin on it. And one thing too, I actually just looked this up before I came here. Our average first 1 inch of snow is December 31st. So it's not like let's cancel winter. We're pretty much, yes, are we warmer? Yeah, absolutely. But I'm not like throwing in the towel for winter. It does look like, and you can tell me what you think. I mean, it does look like by the time we get towards maybe the 20th of January, we start tapping into the polar vortex a little bit more, and that's when we can start our, okay, here comes some more persistent cold. Here comes our chances for snowstorms here.
Which are we expecting that?
Yeah, with the winter outlook, I was saying that, January and February look to be about an average for winter for us. What does that mean? You're going to have your shots of cold. You're going to have your opportunities for snow, even in the nor'easter variety. So I don't think it looks to be particularly more active than usual, but generally in January, February, we are generally active, whether we're getting rain or snow.
And people do have to realize too that I think it's a great stat. December 31st, first inch of snow on average. People can let their guard down. All right, it's January, I'm canceling winter, and then you get nor'easter after nor'easter. You get several coastal flooding events. You get several major winter storms. And lately we've been getting some of our worst coastal storms, tidal flooding events, and snowstorms at the end of winter, or even in early spring, where March has been a more winter month than December has been.
We had 4 last.
2 winters ago, we had our 4 Easter, back to back. There's
I won't
actually,
forget that. Always going to seem like last month.
it felt like an eternity.
And I do want to say, like in the 2010s, the decade, March was the snowiest month, I think 4 or 5 of the years, or some insane stat like that.
You probably are right. I don't know the whole family. I'm sure you're right. If March is, can be another month for winter. I will say, in the winter outlook I put out, it does look like March is going to be more of a springy month than a wintry month. Yeah. Now, that's not to say, you always have to qualify this. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be like one day is going to stay below freezing, or we're not going to get a snowstorm. But I think overall, if you look at the month, I think you're going to say, it wasn't like persistent cold and a lot of snow.
I know my wife is very excited this year because her birthday is March 19th. She always insists she's a spring baby. And I always say, it's cold and snowy in March, it's still officially winter. This year is like the first year in a long time that March 19th at like 11:58 p.m. at night is the first day of spring.
Oh, wow.
So officially, she's a spring baby this year.
Right. Well, she's in the audience right now.
She is, and Kenzie is too.
Yeah.
Kenzie's a little earlier in March. She's a winter baby regardless, but they're in the audience today, so anyone who wants to come out of the Irish pub, you got Kenzie in a minute. You got 3 Skeldons in the audience. So there, Joe Martucci was here. They had to come
I don't know about that.
My nephew Daniel's in the audience.
Yeah, that's right.
Shout out to everybody here today.
Joe is coming.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I can bring people out. It's a great place to hang out, especially on a day like this.
Now, let me ask a football-themed question.
Sure.
Are you afraid, being a public figure in Eagles country, wearing an opposing sweatshirt? Now, it's not Cowboys, or it's not it's not divisional, but like you said, it's the first time. Like, are you proud, or do you wear your stuff out in public, or are you a little more careful?
I mean, out in public wearing it, I have no problem. I don't know if I necessarily tout that I'm a Ravens fan. I'm not ashamed, but I like the Eagles. I mean, when they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, I was rooting for the Eagles, so I have no animosity towards the Eagles whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, so I'll root for the Eagles. I will root for the Eagles until they have to play the Ravens, if they play the Ravens. Not saying, but I think people know if they follow me on Facebook and Twitter, I am a Washington Capitals
That might get a little more animosity.
A little more animosity, but I mean, after all, I've been literally made fun of from 2008 to 2018 that the Capitals just can never finish and win the Stanley Cup. I had to just let it go.
What a good year for Washington in Baltimore and against area
It
sports
has.
fans in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've had about every Eagle fan I know text me or message me to let me know that the Patriots lost. So, Eagles fans, I am well aware that the Patriots lost. I may not be responding to all of you.
Well, there's
but,
actually, again, if you're on Facebook now, you can add comments and questions. Justin Thomas says, let's go Jets. Patriots went down.
Yes.
Let's go Jets.
And I think that comes with, I think whenever you have a successful team, and there were some really good memes where it was like, percentage people that were happy that the Patriots lost. It was this huge circle, and it was Titans fans, it was a real tiny fraction, and then all other football fans, meaning there weren't many Titans fans, but everyone was rooting against the Patriots. And that's true. That comes with the success, and if the Eagles win the Super Bowl for the next 5 years, everyone's going to be rooting against them too. Or if it's the Ravens,
Right.
They're
just haters out there.
No. Once you become successful, I do it with the Yankees. I root against the Yankees. Why? Because they've had so much success over the years. Plus, I'm a Red Sox fan, so you kind of have to. But I think it comes with success.
I would agree with that.
Right. It's been a pretty quiet year in terms of coastal storms at Tidal Flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the last time I was here, was October 20th, and I think we just came off of what was probably our most significant coastal flooding of like the cold season, whatever, like not summer basically.
Right.
But since then we have been mostly fine. I can't think of any widespread moderate coastal flooding events. We've had a couple of minor flooding events, but the thing is, it's our weather pattern which has been very what we like to call progressive, meaning that it moves pretty fast. So you don't get these, the storms are kind of in and then they're out. So it's not enough time to really build up the coastal waters. Also a little bit of luck with that, are we getting offshore flow on a full moon? There's things like that also play in, but yeah, relatively okay. And I don't think anybody's complaining about that. Whether you like snow or hate snow, I think everyone can agree we don't want the coastal flooding. And I think we've been pretty good with that so far.
Does that mean we're in the woods, or what's the coastal flooding that you could?
Yeah, like we were just saying before, I think until about January 20th, we're going to be in this relatively milder pattern. And
in fact, some computers suggest 60s for next Sunday.
That is, yes.
Which I think very few people would complain about.
I think very few people would complain about. So I think we're good with a widespread coastal flooding for the next, we're at the fourth, so the next 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. But there's still a lot of winter to go. Just like with snow, there's a lot of winter to go. Coastal flooding, a lot of winter to go as well.
Although it is kind of rare. Last year, we had a moderate to almost major tidal flooding event in October. That was 2018. Rest of the winter was largely quiet. This year, we had the event, the moderate event you mentioned in October, and so far it's kind of quiet. So it is kind of weird to have October as your peak tidal flooding event month. And so far, it's been 2 years in a row for that.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It may not end up because, like you said, pattern flips, and all it takes is one hurricane. All it takes is one nor'easter at one full moon or new moon to really ruin the tidal flooding season.
Yeah, and I think what was, just go back to the October event real quickly, I think what was most unusual about this was that it was like mostly sunny or partly sunny while this was all happening. I just did a top 10 weather events in 2019, and during that 4-day span in October where we had the coastal flooding, I think we got something like at the airport, like between 1-2 inches of rain. So you can get it with a mostly sunny sky, partly sunny sky. It's really wind direction and the lunar cycle. And if you get those at the same time, you're in for tidal flood. Rain will help exaggerate that, but you don't need it.
Is that something unique to South Jersey, or is that?
No, you can have it anywhere. You can have sunny day tidal flooding. In fact, I think
Venice, right? They don't get major storms in Venice, but that was mostly tidal, right?
Yeah, that was mostly tidal. And I was going to say Miami. I think there was a king tide event, which is the highest astronomical tide of the year, but also brought coastal flooding. And I don't want to say for sure, but I think it was like partly sunny or mostly sunny for that too. There was no significant storm that was there during that time.
Any other comments or questions? And again, we are here at 2 o'clock today. Normally it's 7 o'clock. So next Sunday, unless the Eagles are playing, If the Ravens are playing, Joe certainly won't be here. But yeah, it's normally Sunday, 7 p.m. Irish Pub, again brought to you by the New Jersey Coastal Coalition. Meant to raise awareness, talk tidal flooding. Sometimes football or snow or other things come up, and it's supposed to be conversational. Hopefully it is. Glad to have you guys back for another year, 2020.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Oh, yeah.
I know a couple of weeks ago, Avalon had their level when upgraded to a level 3 CRS community, which is a community rating scale, which is only one of a handful in the country. I think the only other town in New Jersey to have it is Seattle City.
Seattle had that crown for the longest time by themselves.
Yeah.
Now they love having it, but they would love every other title on the Jersey Shore to. It's not like an elite club. Anyone can become a member. Now Avalon is too.
Yeah, Avalon is as
There is a
well.
lot of work that the municipalities put into it to get to that class.
Yeah,
And that's 35%, I believe.
The
Yeah.
bottom class 5 is 25, so yeah.
35% savings for all the residents of Seattle. Now all the residents of Avalon. I mean, the goal is to have every single community along the Jersey Shore there. But like you said, lots of work involved. It's not something you can just get. You really have to put the time, the energy, the effort, and that's what a lot of communities, that participate in the Coastal Coalition do. They share ideas. The Seattle says, "Hey, this is what we did. This is the model you can follow." Every town's different, but there's a lot of ideas you can do. To get there. The communities are helping each other within the Coastal Coalition.
And if you do live in a municipality that participates, I know most of the municipalities that are in the New Jersey Coastal Coalition participate in CRS. You should have an automatic deduction on your flood insurance policy reflecting whatever class your municipality is in. And if not, you should just contact your flood insurance to see why it's not qualified.
and I don't even know what exactly do you have to do to go from like a level 4 to a level 3.
Well, there's so many activities. It's all part of this big book that FEMA provides, and there's multiple activities. And being in the New Jersey Coastal Coalition as a municipality actually helps your CRS rating because of one activity, the outreach activity. So this show also helps all municipalities that are in the coalition.
Yeah, we have PSAs running on radio, maybe TV. So again, it's about spreading awareness and making your community wetlands management, having a wetlands management program. And there's so many different things. And actually, I don't know if you hear it in the background. Kenzie is really excited for Avalon too, because as soon as you said the level 3, damn, she just started talking up a storm. Saying she wants more communities to be that level 3 status too. Absolutely a lot of work, but it's so rewarding for residents. When the municipality does that work, and it's beneficial for everyone that lives and visits the community.
You think Kenzie's going to go into floodplain manager?
She might. She might be the next floodplain manager. She's been a guest twice. So you're 3 ahead of her right now.
All right.
She's already been a guest twice on Tidal Plus.
She can catch up very quickly too.
Yeah,
I don't live in the same house as you.
Right,
She does.
right.
You can pull her anytime you want.
Plus, the Ravens are going to be probably occupied the next 3 or 4 Sundays. Kenzie's not.
We will see. I'm not saying anything. I'm just rooting for them.
I think Baltimore, San Francisco would be a great Super Bowl. It's a great game the first time.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great Super Bowl.
Great games. I love this.
And although I got to say, with Jimmy G being the former Patriot, my rooting interest might be different than yours. But
That is true. I see that.
I'm trying to check the Facebook comments now. My computer's still loading, but Kristen Kaiser says hello.
Kristen.
And Palma and hello, Joe. Roger Cook wants to let you know, Dan, that you're wearing the wrong shirt.
well, actually, it's the right shirt because it gets a lot of comments today out in public. A lot of people letting me know what the result was. Once again, yes, I am. People like, and like I said, I have no, when the Patriots lost the Super Bowl to the Giants, that was heartbreaking. Twice, that was heartbreaking. But like this loss, I kind of was expecting. I was like, all right, this isn't our year. We're not the best team. Baltimore is better. I even said, I went that bold prediction. Tom Quirk can back me up here. I said that the Eagles have a better chance of winning a playoff game this weekend than the Patriots do. And everyone thought I was crazy, but I still stand by that prediction. So I am completely at ease. I was expecting a loss. I was rooting hard for a victory, but I was expecting a loss. And I'm really excited too. My wife and Kenzie are Dolphins fans.
That's a good problem.
And you know,
How was that?
they were very happy last week.
They were very high. I can see that.
They were very,
How
very
is Kenzie a Dolphins fan? Well, how did that happen?
I was told by Amanda that she's
Oh, okay, all right.
and therefore she's a Dolphins fan.
Right, understood.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so Nicole Accardi says 2 meteorologists walked into a bar.
That's a dangerous
They ordered
situation.
a dark and stormy.
That is true. You know, I haven't had many dark for a meteorologist. I haven't had that many dark stories in my life. Like I could probably count on one hand.
At our wedding, we each had a bride and a groom drink. You have a wedding coming up.
I do, yes. Thank you, thank you.
When is the wedding?
It's almost a year from today.
What season did you choose?
We chose January 8th.
Oh, okay.
Yes, maybe it was more of a function of price than a function
Yeah,
of weather.
Yeah.
However,
much
there
cheaper
is
than a May through September wedding.
very much cheaper. And also, I didn't realize this. You can buy wedding insurance that will protect against, like for example, if there was like 6 to 12 inches of snow.
If you're a meteorologist, you're going to dial up a beautiful day. 'Cause I'll tell you, I got married in September, and we had 4 consecutive Saturdays with rain, and I was nervous. But then the 5th Saturday, it was sunny and 82 degrees on September 27th.
That is
which
beautiful.
you know, a couple guessed that it was too hot, and it was too sunny. But I mean, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was sunny. It was 80-something degrees. It was beautiful. Low humidity, light breezes. Get back to my point. We actually had a bride and groom drink. And the groom drink that I made up was a hurricane. And
I love
actually,
hurricanes.
we ordered a hurricane mix from this bar in New Orleans, which is known to make these. Exactly, Pat O'Brien's. Forgot the name of it. Thank you. And we actually, and the groom drink was very, very popular. So it's good stuff.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you can have a tidal flooding themed drink, if you will. First one out.
Tidal flooding drink. What would go in a tidal flooding?
I don't know.
I mean, it could be a dark and stormy. I think our bright smiling
Or
faces
you
like
were
this
just
more
saying
better.
how flooding can occur in sunny.
Yeah, maybe we can do like a tequila sunrise.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jen Chalice says great sweatshirt, Dan.
All right, there are a couple of Patriots fans out there.
Mark Lee says hello all. And no flooding related
Well, that's
questions
good.
that
Wow.
I
You
I don't think-
answer them all. And now, is there any way? My last question to you: I know these AMS conferences or your presentation.
Yeah.
Any videos available on them? Like, can people watch your presentation either live or after it happens or whatnot? Because it's something. I know you sent me the PDF of the.
The PowerPoint.
Thank you. Yeah, PowerPoint. I'm blanking
That's
today
okay.
a little bit. The PowerPoint, and it looked like a great presentation. And again, I'm involved in it and know the history in that. But is there any way people can watch it?
Yeah, so you can't watch it live. However, if you did follow the hashtag AMS2020 on Twitter, there's a lot of live tweeting that happens, so maybe someone will put something out
So
there.
we'll be seeing if anyone's saying, oh, this Joe guy really knows what he's talking about.
It's possible, I'm not going to say that, but it's possible. It's 10:40.
It could be like an AMS Joe hashtag.
Yeah.
I
I think we have better chances of maybe the Ravens. But I'm going to But it's Wednesday at 10:45 a.m. So if you pop on Twitter around that time, use hashtag AMS2020. You might find me there. Now the thing with the AMS conference, there's a bunch of talks that happen at the same time. But actually, going back to what you were saying about Pat O'Brien's, I actually went to the AMS conference in New Orleans in 2012, and I was not of age yet, but there were people who were who went to Pat O'Brien's.
Of course, you weren't of age, so you didn't partake.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was in the hotel room all the time.
Studying and, yeah.
Absolutely. But it was really cool.
All right, and then I guess for people in South Jersey, what's your over/under on snowfall in Atlantic County on Tuesday or Tuesday night?
Yeah, so
Measurable, and if so, how much?
yeah,
Be on
so
the spot.
okay, so we can go. I have coating to 2 inches for everywhere, and not just Atlantic County. I mean, I'm talking everywhere, you know, that we cover. So Southern Ocean, Cumberland, Atlantic. Cape May, the only place I would say maybe might not see any is like Courthouse to like Sea Isle Sound. That seems to be like our usual. Yeah, we get skunked with like rain, depending on how you look at it. But that's my thought. You know, the system, while it is fast moving, and really we're only talking about a couple of hours of, you know, initially rain that goes to snow. The nighttime timing, plus the way this low pressure system really does look to strengthen once it gets offshore. We can get some like moderate intensity snow, and I think that would be enough to stick.
Worth it to wear pajamas inside out?
I mean, I think it's always worth it to wear pajamas inside out. So yeah, I mean, we can do that. But it will be over fairly quickly Tuesday night. I think by the time we get to 2 a.m. we're done. So I don't anticipate any, you know, school closings or delays or anything like that.
Although I've learned never to say that, because I remember my first forecast ever in South Jersey, I was forecasting 1 inch of snow. We got 1 inch of snow. I was forecasting it to start at this time. It started at that time. To end at this time. To end at that time. So I got everything weather-wise right. I came down and said, so 1 inch of snow, there'll be no school closings, there'll be no school delays. It ended like at midnight. The next morning, there were lots of school closings and delays, and I got pretty much chastised for getting the weather wrong. But the weather exactly right. I got the school closing prediction wrong. So I've learned that, hey, superintendents do what they want. I'll just stick with the weather. So, because, you know, every community is different. Some are easy at calling it off. Some it has to be like a foot of snow before they call it off. So I've learned that, like you said, always wear your pajamas inside out. But be careful with the school closing and delay predictions. Although I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be any, but I've learned not to say
You never know. No, you're absolutely right. And, you know, just through experience, because I've actually worked directly with superintendents in the past, there's a lot of factors that come in. Mostly it's plus, you know, how far the district pulling from is what it comes down to. So, you know, a district like Greater Egg Harbor, you know, regional school district that includes like Miami and Cedar Creek, might have different standards than, I don't know, let's pick another town, Vineland, or Millville High School, you know, something like that. But yeah.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys watching on this football Sunday. Good luck to your Eagles. Good luck in relaxing this week. Good luck next year. I hope Tom Brady is a Patriot still. We will see.
I think he stays.
I think he stays, but I think there's a chance he could go to the LA Chargers or Tampa Bay. That was my prediction.
And Joe, of course, to thank you for
Fifth
joining
gift.
us.
What's it going to be? I'm
All
not
right,
sure.
this time we have here
I did
an
like the-
Irish Club baseball.
All right.
Atlantic City on the back.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Joe Martucci,
That'll be my
President of
email.
Atlantic City, AMS presenter soon to be. I appreciate you coming. And next time we have you on, I mentioned sometime in the spring and summer, we expect to hear all about
We will
AMS Conference
absolutely.
Adventures and how Boston was to you.
We absolutely will do that. Well, it was a pleasure being here. Thank you again, Dad. Appreciate it. Thank you, Palma. Appreciate it.
We'll see you back here next Sunday, normal time, 7 p.m., live from the Irish Club in Atlantic City.